At the Skyview Sports Motorsports Desk, I'm Roy J. Akers. With me, I have Steve Schweitzer, our NASCAR insider from the Lasco Press, and I have Anthony Vestal from Bristol Motor Speedway, the NASCAR race coming to Bristol this week. And Anthony, it must be a very busy week for you because with the drivers coming in, you must have your plate must be this high with stuff to do.
Yeah, we've got a few things going on. It's good. Thank you again for having me on. We're looking forward to a great Food City 500 here. This is one of our, the two races. This is our spring race, tradition rich, and this year for the first time we'll have all three classes. We've never had, um, Cup, Xfinity, and Truck here for the spring race. So this will be the first time. So a little bit of history there for the spring race. We always have all three for the night race in September, but it'll be good to have all three of them here. And we've got a lot of storylines. I mean, it's hard to even know where to start. You've got Kyle Larson going for the trifecta. You got Jesse Love making his Cup debut. You've got the Triple Truck Challenge, a big bonus event going on for the trucks. The Xfinity Dash for Cash, a big bonus race for four of the Xfinity drivers. So we really, we're looking forward to an amazing race weekend here. And, the drivers, they always tell us they love racing here. It's being back on concrete too, having two opportunities to run on concrete. The drivers really enjoy that. So, yeah, we're looking forward to what's going to be an amazing weekend.
And
Well,
not
Anthony, I'll tell
only are the Cup drivers, but also what are some of the things that you have planned for the fans that are coming in today or for this weekend?
Yeah, we have lots of stuff. We've got a big fan zone. If you're not in the grandstands watching, you need to be out in the fan zone just having fun. There's inflatables, there's racing simulators out there. We have axe throwing, lots of different fun and games for kids. We have the Food City Fan Zone stage, which is just constantly going with interviews with drivers, celebrities, other people that are around. We have a concert there on Friday night after racing with a big glow party. We have another concert out there on Saturday night with Neon Saddle out of Nashville after the Xfinity race. So a lot of, if you're here as a fan and, if racing's kind of on hold, there's always something going on there to keep you busy.
Well, Anthony, I'll tell you this. I talk to a lot of fans, and the question that I get asked probably most frequently is, what's your favorite track? And the answer is always the same. It's Bristol. I love going to Bristol, and it's just a great place to watch a race. And I'll tell you another thing about your speedway, and kudos to you and to your complete staff there. Everybody at the speedway treats you like you're a valued guest, and that is something that really makes the weekend there extra special. You guys do a great job with both the volunteers and your staff in having them make guests feel comfortable. So tell fans where they can get tickets.
We appreciate the kind words there, Steve. We enjoy having you and all the media come out. I think we'll have around 400 media members here covering it this weekend.
Wow.
So definitely, always enjoy having you there. And basically, the best way to buy tickets, 423 Bristol, that's the phone number, or just go to our website, bristolmotorspeedway.com, and click the tickets option. And next thing you know, you'll have your seats.
And with that, Bristol Motor Speedway, the whole complex, you have things going on all year round. We're going to talk very briefly on that, but we got to hear it from the horse's mouth because you have an NHRA background and Bristol happens to have a track there.
Yeah, we actually do. That's where I met everybody here at Thunder Valley, Bristol Dragway. And every June, I think it's the first week in June now. We were on Father's Day weekend, but we moved it up a week. Early June, the Super Grip NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals happens, and it's probably one of the most popular events on the NHRA Mission Food Circuit, and they have a lot of, really everybody here loves to see John Force come to town. um, and his race team, Tony Schumacher, just about every legend that's ever raced. When this track was built and back in the early 60s, it was called Drag City, USA.
Yeah.
And now it's, most people just know it as Thunder Valley, but Bristol Dragway is the name. And, that race is certainly one that everybody looks forward to.
Well, when we come back, you have a Major League Baseball game that's going to happen a little later this summer, and Anthony is going to give us the skinny. MLB fans got to wait, but this guy here, he's been planning for months. We'll have that for you next.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Anthony, Major League Baseball is going to be coming to Bristol Motor Speedway. I am sure that not only does NASCAR have you busy, but I think this MLB, you must be on speed dial with a lot of people.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we're calling this our big league year. To be able to put, we've had football games, we've had lots of stuff happening inside the oval, music concerts. We've had Dude Perfect, which is like a YouTube sensation. There's been lots. Mr. Beast once had a $10,000 hide and seek contest inside there. So we've had a wide variety of events go on inside there. But to bring Major League Baseball game, which on another historical note, this will be the first official Major League Baseball game ever played in the state of Tennessee. They've tried to get a team in Nashville, and I think they will get one in the future. But for now, this will be the first official. There've been lots of exhibition games in Tennessee, but this will be the first official Major League Baseball game between the Braves and the Reds. And we have tons of fans for both organizations here. Both of the teams are well represented in this region. So it's just really great that we're going to be able to have this game between the two teams. It's going to be kind of a magical night. I know that both teams are off to kind of a little bit of a slow start this year, but we're hoping by August that they will have their act together. And who knows, maybe there'll be pennant implications. You never know when you get that late in the season. So, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a crazy turnaround. We're going to have to convert the inside of the stadium from a racetrack to a baseball field and then back to a racetrack immediately after, because we have the Bass Pro Shops night race in September. So it's going to be a lot of work going on in there, but we're looking forward to all of it.
Steve.
Anthony, you always create such great memories there at the track. I wanted to share with you my favorite Bristol story, and it involves Darrell Waltrip. And of course, Darrell was a 12-time winner there at the track. That's one of those records like I'm sure Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak is never going to get broken. I don't think Darrell Waltrip's 12-time wins at Bristol is ever going to get broken either. But I had the opportunity a few years ago at your track to ride some hot laps with Darrell. And I was riding shotgun in the pace car, and I think we were supposed to run 3 or 4 laps. And he got out there and got going, and 3 laps, 4 laps, 5 laps, 6 laps, 7 laps. I looked over at the speedometer. It was well over 100 miles an hour. And we could have reached out and touched the wall as we went through the corners. And I asked him, I said, Darrell, I said, do you miss it? And he says, hell yeah, I miss it. And it was his favorite track, I know. And he honored you guys with choosing the media center to be the place that he came and made his announcement that he was retiring from broadcasting. And that was just a great memory for me. I enjoyed the interaction with him, and the thrill in the car was outstanding.
Yeah, Daryl is he's a gem. He's a great person. He certainly, like you say, he loves Bristol. He's shown that over the years. And 12 wins is definitely a pretty big feat around this place. When you look at most of the drivers usually top off at about 9. Earnhardt was 9, Rusty Wallace 9, got a bunch of Cale Yarborough 9. You've got several drivers at 9. Kyle Busch is currently at 9. So if there was anybody that would, if Kyle gets going here maybe this season or next year, you never know, maybe he could sneak up on Daryl. But to your point, it's one of those, really tough ones to get because it's really hard to win a race here, especially just depending on all the different factors that go into it, everything that you have to do. And it's like some of the winners here, it's like they know a secret and they don't share it with anybody because we see a
Yeah.
lot of
There you go.
repeat winners here, and everybody else is kind of scratching their head trying to figure out what just happened. And we have like Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson or some drivers like that just seem to like understand it and get it, and they have a great relationship with the racetrack.
Taking
Awesome.
a
Well, we're
look.
really looking forward to this weekend. I'll see you there on Friday.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I took a look at some of the data, Anthony and Steve, on the track. And anybody who's won Bristol 2 or more times is either in the Hall of Fame or will be in the Hall of Fame. The only one I think is probably on the fence might be Kurt Busch, but he's won a NASCAR title in 2004. So I think if you've won a season title, you're basically in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, or you just retired. Somebody like Kevin Harvick, he'll be in the Hall of Fame as well. So in order to win Bristol, you basically have to be a Hall of Fame level driver. You brought up all the numbers, which brings me to an actual question. Yeah, well, there's a storyline. There's all kinds of storylines. You brought that up. Denny Hamlin's won 2 in a row. Christopher Bell already had a 3 race streak earlier this season. Who's your odds-on favorite to win the race? Is it Denny Hamlin, or do you have an ace in a hole?
Well, I mean, you was just mentioned two of the guys that are right at the top. Denny Hamlin has won here several times recently, including this race last year. And Christopher Bell has won here on the dirt, and he's won here in concrete. So he admittedly loves racing here. It wouldn't be a surprise if either one of those guys wins. Kyle Larson too. We saw what he did here last year at the night race. He led 465 laps. That kind of finish, if you look at Bristol's history, it's very, very rare. Like you don't get a guy that wins by 7 seconds and leads 465 laps. It's usually you win by 7/10 of a second and you've got 7 cars right on your bumper as everybody's crossing the finish line. So, but I feel like we're going to have a competitive race. I feel like you never know. Somebody could come out of the woodwork and surprise us all like Dale Earnhardt did in 1979. He's still the only rookie that's ever won this at this place. So when you talk about Jesse Love making his debut here, wouldn't that be a story if he could, join Earnhardt as the only rookies to ever win at Bristol? But it's definitely a challenging track. It's like I was mentioned earlier, it's almost like some guys know a secret. But if you had to put me on the spot and at this point and take a pick, it would probably be either Christopher Bell or maybe Chris Buescher. Roush RFK has been running really strong, and Buescher loves this place, and he's been running really well lately. So, and I know he knows the value of getting a win early in the season. So I wouldn't be surprised if he turns it up a notch and jumps in there and maybe surprises some people.
Well, Steve, you got a final question?
Nope. Thanks a lot, Anthony. Sure appreciate you taking the time to meet with us
Absolutely, my
today.
pleasure. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
I thank you very much. I've never been to Bristol. I plan on going at some point, And based upon what you and Steve and talked about, it even just whets my appetite more to come out to the Speedway. Anthony, I know
Yeah,
you got to get
absolutely.
back to it. You got 400 press members, you got thousands of fans and teams, drivers, NASCAR, and everybody else on Speed Dial. So we're going to let you get back to it. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys. We'll
All
look
right,
forward to seeing you out here.
you got it.